beautiful mamas. So happy Mama's First Monday. Denise Ford here, the Unprofessional Mom. And if you're new here, I believe that all moms, every single mom, each and every mom, should put themselves first and not their kids. Now, I've had a lot of people kind of look at me sideways about it, but when I explain why, it makes sense because when we actually put our kids first, what they're actually getting is our worst. But when we actually put ourselves first in empowering ways that actually can elevate us and them, then we're able to give them our best. But the thing is, you need to give yourself your best so that you can also give others your best. So here I am on Mama's First Mondays, helping you by giving you some tools that can help you put yourself first. So today is episode 9, and let me go ahead and fix this so that you guys can actually see it. So today is episode 9, and today's episode, of course, all the episodes that I'm coming to you all with from last month and this month are going to be dealing with mom guilt, and these are things that I have personally had interactions with or had to deal with. So what I'm telling you, of course, is from my experience, but please know that every experience is different. So you may need to do different things. And of course, if you want more tips on how I do it, feel free to ask me. Find me on social, like where you're watching me, or you could also email me at info@theunprofessionalmom.com, and I will definitely get back with you. Just give me time and I'll get back with you. All right, so let's make this week great by starting with this, because this one right here has kept a lot of us moms back for a long time because we felt like we had to be the perfect mom. So here's the problem. The problem that we've had to deal with is striving to be the perfect mom because of what other people may think about us, because what we may think about ourselves, because of what other people may think about us. It's all about being the perfect mom. And I tell my kids first, it's like, look, I'm your mom. I'm here for your safety. I'm here to make sure you're okay. There's some things I need to do, but then there's other things that you can do for yourself. And my oldest, of course, is 21. My youngest is 5. So the dynamics in my house are interesting, but I love it. I wouldn't change it for the world. I'll tell you guys that. But my kids, like the more you talk to them, the more they understand. So, for one, when I was putting my kids first, I noticed that now it's like they begin to expect it. They begin to expect to be first. So I had to actually start putting things in play to kind of like break up the monotony of that and bring them into the new thing of what I'm doing, by putting myself first. So when my kids don't understand and they're not getting it, I don't get upset. I relax because I'm not the perfect mom. I'm not going to keep putting them first because they have. I mean, I love them, of course, but they have been getting my worst by me putting them first, and I have just been draining myself and I don't want to be drained, and I don't want you to be drained because we can't really be who we were called to be if we're drained. Like, how can you operate with a drained battery? Barely, right? I'm not going to go into that. I'm just thinking about old toys, and you can tell when the batteries are drained. And sometimes that's how we operate as moms, right? So here's the problem, and here's the deal, you guys. Like trying to get everything right, it leads to feelings of guilt, rage, depression, and stress. And if you're dealing with those things as a mom, a lot of it could be because you're striving to be a perfect parent. You're striving to do everything right. You're striving for everything to look right, feel right, taste right, whatever you want to call it. But that's the thing. So it's crazy. But here's something I like to ask myself: what unrealistic expectations am I trying to live up to? And if I were you, I would either screenshot that or write it down. Again, trying to get everything right leads to feelings of guilt, rage, depression, and stress. And always remember, when you start feeling like that, ask yourself, what unrealistic expectations am I trying to live up to? Because if you're trying to live up to unexpected expectations, unrealistic expectations, what's going to happen is you're going to have those feelings that you're not really supposed to have. You can't operate um, in a productive way if you're operating in feelings of guilt, rage, depression, stress, etc. Like there's no way. So if you want to operate at an optimal level, then you have to take those unrealistic expectations off of you. So I hear you. You're like, well, Denise, the unprofessional mom, how do I do that? So first off, the first key is you, my friend, must give yourself permission to release those unrealistic expectations. And honestly, like some mornings I have to wake up and I have to say, I give myself permission to release unrealistic expectations. I give myself permission to release unrealistic expectations. So that's one thing that you can say over yourself, because sometimes we don't realize we're putting them on ourselves, but actually saying them kind of unclogs something in our subconscious mind that allows us to be able to be more aware of what's happening. So say that to yourself, use it as an affirmation. And then as you're doing that, find ways to let go. So I am all about research, research, research. I'm always learning and listening. So podcasts, YouTube, books, I even pay for certain coaches or boot camps or whatever you want to call it. Like you can do those things, and there are other things that you can do as well. You can even go to local workshops, something at your library. I don't know. There's so many different things that you can do. Like there's no excuse nowadays. We have the internet, which is the best leverage that we can have, especially as moms. So please let go. Give yourself permission to release unrealistic expectations and find you some ways to let go. So, one way I let go is I think about something that I want that is going to help me be a better me for me and my family. And when I think about that, I also think about, well, what am I doing now that's keeping me from being able to operate that way? And I think about it and I figure out how it is playing out in my parenting. And I find ways to just like say, okay, it's okay. And I just change it. And I kind of let my kids know, like I ease them into what's going on instead of just, fussing at them or arguing with them about it, because they don't know, like they've been used to me doing it this way all this time. So, I got to kind of ease them into it. So when you find ways to let go, don't just like poof, drop it, like drop the mic, like literally give it time. Ease into it, ease your kids into it, ease yourself into it. And it works that way. That's the best thing, or the best way I can explain it. So again, the problem, because I love for you guys to actually take this and do something with it. The problem is striving to be a perfect mom. So this is your problem. This is what you're going to work on this week. And I want you to remember that when you start feeling these feelings of guilt, rage, depression, stress, to stop and ask yourself, what unrealistic expectations am I trying to live up to? Because if I'm honest, that's where those feelings normally come from. It comes from trying to live up to unrealistic expectations in most cases. And then I want you to look at your solution and give yourself permission to release unexpected expectations. Like literally, like I said every morning, I give myself permission to release unrealistic expectations. And if you really want to do something big or want to do it bigger, say it at least 3 times a day for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, morning, noon, night. Say it 3 times to kind of help it unclog your subconscious mind. And then find you some ways to actually let it go. You can even ask people like, well, what do you do about this? Like, and just find ways to let it go. And I would be remiss if I didn't also let you guys know about the Unprofessional Mom Me on Purpose blueprint. This blueprint is created just for you all to help you learn how to put yourself first. And as I said before, I wanted this to be free, but the program that I'm using does not allow me to give courses for free. I'm not even with the coupon code. So I'm giving this to you for almost free. $2. This is all you have to pay for 30 days. Because I want you to see how it is. Because if you're anything like me, I like to get my feet wet first. I like to know, hey, is this going to work for me? Because if this is going to be something that's going to work for you, then I want you to try it. But I'm not going to even try to hassle you about buying it yet. I'm just going to literally let you in for $2, and the trial is going to end after 30 days. That's it. And if you want to actually get into it, then you will have the option to get into it. But I will never force you, because I feel like force is the worst way to get anybody to do anything. I just really want those people who really want this. And if you want this, then I'm your girl. If this is something you need, I'm your girl. I'm going to be honest. Like if you are actually thinking about starting a business or are in business, then this is something that's going to elevate you once you actually get into business or while you're in business, because like actually being you on purpose is where it's at. Honestly, it's like what you need before you can actually level up in your business. Okay. So if this is something that you're interested in, all I want you to do is go to theunprofessionalmom.com/me on purpose blueprint trial. And when you get there, you're going to be able to just look around and see what it's all about, see if there's anything in there that you're interested in. And I'll tell you this, if you are serious about being you on purpose and changing harmful generational cycles in your family, this is something that you are going to want to look into, because when you change, things around you begin to change too, okay? And when I say things, also people like your family. So definitely look into this. $2. That's all I want. That's all I'm asking for, because I know that this is something that can change your life, but I want you to try it. It's almost like a try before you buy thing. And as usual, if you have any questions for me, I am open. I am big on making sure that I give people answers when they have questions. So if you have questions, please by all means reach out to me. And in the meantime, get out there, stop trying to be the best mom or the best whatever, and just be the best you. Because once you are the best you, that, my friend, is when your life will change. But look, I have enjoyed this time with you. Reach out to me, like I said before. If you have questions or you have any topics that you want me to cover, let me know on social, in Messenger, or you can email me at info@theunprofessionalmom.com. And I will see you all the next time. Bye, beautiful mamas.